Hello, welcome to our latest Gemini Rogues video. This is a light tank and it is a German Hawk. I don't know the details. Killers05 will let us know.
Right, it's a light tank. We're going to call it. It's just the HWK, but we're going to call it the Hawk. It's just easy to say. It's
Chesney.
Yeah, it's a Chesney Hawk 12.
One and only.
Yeah, it was never built. They did build some Hawks, but only 11s and 10s. And there's some were sent to Mexico in 60s. Yeah, there's an Hawk 11 and an Hawk 10. They were actually made. They're just like people carrying tanks. Really, they weren't really tanks as such, battle tanks. They were more armoured people carriers. This is a
light tank.
This is a light tank. This is the Hawk 12. This were made in blueprints, but never made. So
there's any models?
No, nothing. Nothing as such. It's little brothers, right? It does look a lot like a Spaz, as I call it, a Tier 7 German light tank that's one before it in the tech tree.
This looks like the tractor at Tier 1.
Yeah, it's not too dissimilar. So we're going to start rolling. This is the very first game I had in this tank. It's on Steeps. So we're going to roll that now. A little bit of information. It only has one gun, so I can tell you about the gun. It's the only gun you get. Every package you got the same gun. It's a 90mm. That's all it gets. A 90mm, which has 180 penetration on its AP rounds, which is quite handy. It also stacks heat, which is fantastic as it's premium ammo. 250 pen for that heat shell. We all know heat can struggle against spaced armour and stuff like that, but it's more than enough for what you need it to. Just keep away from angled armour and spaced armour pretty much if you're firing your heat. Pretty much straight away. Its best assets are its gun depression. We're going to see that straight away. Is
that better from the side? Because it doesn't look like
it's all the way around 10 degrees of gun depression on this tank.
Even from the front?
Yeah, it's pretty formidable. Yeah. 410 metre view range though. So this is a full-on. This is the problem with tank. It's got fantastic view range, which allows you to spot things from a mile away.
No, 410 metres.
But the problem with this gun is its shell velocity is terrible.
Oh, no,
absolutely terrible. So you're trying to play as far back as possible, but then that limits the effectiveness of your gun. So its positives start to weigh up against its negatives straight away.
You're talking about an aggressive scout.
Yeah. Well, no, passive. If you're passive scouting, you're sitting somewhere you can see actually as well. And look at that loop and a miss even from there. I mean, I can't moan too much. This is the very first game I had in this tank. So look again, and I get a ricochet off. We saw it bounce off there. We're just firing a standard AP shells here. 240 damage from these shells, same as each shell. 240 damage. You do get an impressive 320 in HE shell, but only 45 penetration. So chances of using it are pretty slim. And you can see there it rolled very low. 191 roll, mercy roll we did there on the T44.
It goes backwards and forwards quite.
Yeah, nice move. I mean, it's got a 62 kilometre top speed as well. You can see there again that loopy shot. The velocity is just terrible.
What's the power to weight ratio?
Well, you want that already. 36. 4.12 if you want to go into percentage, but 36 power to weight ratio, pretty handy.
Is that good then?
Yeah. Well, for its size and its weight, this thing gets rammed to death. Absolutely rammed to death. I got rammed to death by an MT25 from Tier 6.
You're joking.
I thought, oh, he's going to ram me out. I'm well away. Killed me. And I hardly scratched him. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, we're going to go back to the tank, back to that gun.
It's a light tank.
Yeah, 7.32 rounds per minute, giving it a DPM of just under 1,900, which in the scheme of Tier 8 light tanks is one of the lowest.
Oh, I was going to say, is that good?
But it's not bad because even the top one's only 200 above it. So they're all quite equal, except for the horrific Batchat 12T, which is 200 below this, and that's bottom by a million miles. This is pretty low on DPM. And along with that derpiness as a gun, it can sometimes be a bit tricky to even use that as well to get it all in. But one thing it does, as you can see it there, if we just watched, fantastic traverse on its old 44 degree traverse on the turret. Swings about all over the place, so you can circle things quite easily in this, especially with that 62 kilometre speed. But its characteristics don't help it as such. We've already spoke about its fantastic view range, but with a gun being poor at shooting over a distance, it kind of negates that. And it's not small either. Look at the size of it. It's not hard to hit. It is a big boxy tank.
Looks it.
We're just running away from this Lycan. We're playing his own game. You can see manoeuvrability here. We're not struggling to out-manoeuvrability on the Lycan. Yes, it's quite good, isn't it? I mean, you can see shooting up move, finishing him off there.
It's quite a nice power to weight ratio.
Yeah, it gets up and down hills. It's fantastic. Got great mobility. It's just big. So you can move about, but it's an easy target to it because it is quite big. We're going to reposition here now. That spot's gone, and we've got a bit of a flank issue going down over here. We've got Ferdinand on his own. God knows what the tank destroyers have been doing all this match, sat at the back,
There.
on the back ridge as well.
It's
And now as soon as something comes round to what they can shoot, they've all run off. Boggles me sometimes, the line. Tracking shot, can we track this Centurion? We can.
Oh, beautiful. But
So now I'm going to try and get myself as small as possible. Can I keep him tracked there? You can see the fire rate is not
it
great.
shows you to shoot.
A 7-second reload is... it's not great.
What equipment have you on this?
On this, I'm just packing a gun rammer and I've got my binos and my camo net.
Oh, okay.
Because this is a passive scout, but it can turn into an active one, as you can see.
Yeah.
Still lets it down a little bit. You're going to see this here. 180mm penetration, sometimes. When I'm playing this is the first game I'm ever playing this tank, so I'm just trying to figure out what it does and what it can do.
Oh, trees, man. Don't knock the trees down.
Got to. Let them know where I am.
Premium round from the fatherland. What's he up to?
Yeah, he's not bothered.
No, I said the fatherland.
Yeah, the fatherland. He's not bothered. He's finding what he wants up. You can see here, we're struggling to pen him. Bit of a stupid shot we took there. Trying to track him at all intents and purposes. Trying to get that angled shot just to blow that track off. One up his back. Keep ringing around. You can see he can easily stay away from his gun.
There, stop. Shoot.
I can't.
Stop.
That gun's coming around pretty quick. I'm trying to get that tracking shot on that front track. I thought he was going to hit it, but I'm a little bit too high.
He's decided to get some hit points off the third.
And then we're going to try and get that track blown off. And as soon as we do that, it gets
Beautiful.
blown off by artillery on the other side. So move back round. He's stuck there now. Try and blow it off again, that road wheel, and just as he does that, he moves, but we get killed, so it's not too bad. We've got this game in the bag now, and we're going to see this problem with shooting at a distance. I was taking shots there. ISU 152 just hit me tracks. I don't want to sit here too much longer. Artillery's looking at me. ISU 152 is looking at me. If he hits me, he's killing me. He's got the big gun on it.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
And we're firing heat shells as well, which is costing us a fortune.
Yeah, you're missing him.
We're in the battle.
Oh, beautiful.
That one's gone.
You're going to go and ram him?
No, I'm not going to get there in time. You can see the aim time. 2 seconds aim time. Finish him off there.
Beautiful.
Realise we're firing heat shells. Switch back to his normal AP. Should have done that a bit earlier. Cost myself a fortune there, stupidly. And we have a swing about. They're going to try and get us at some point. Ooh. Artillery wasting a shell there.
Are we saying this Hawk is good?
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. I don't think it's a brilliant tank, but I don't think it's a bad one. It's just kind of middle of the road.
Tier 8 though.
Yeah, but it's got no armour. We're going to talk about its armour now. 15mm is the thickest piece of armour on this tank. 15mm. So if you see an Hawk, I know it's a general discussion for a light tank, fire HE at this thing, because it's just going to pen it.
What are you doing? You rammed it.
No one's ninjaing that kill. You can see a shooting up move is not one of its greatest attributes.
No, not yet.
So the gun works best at close range, but the tank works best at long range.
Yeah.
So it's kind of finding that.
Medium.
Yeah.
It's passive scout technically.
Yeah, and we've got full-on dueling here going off between artillery and artillery fun there.
Nice
game over.
Fast game over, that went quick.
I'm going to see what we've got in that. The very first game I played in this tank. So I was quite impressed, but it didn't do spectacular.
You didn't make much silver.
No, I'll find them heat shells like an idiot learner.
Like?
It were a mastery badge, but it's only a mastery badge because the tank's just come out. It's nothing special. 5 kills, not to be sniffed at though. Finished top of the tree.
Not bad.
1500 base XP. Not bad at all.
Not bad.
I'm going to show it in next video in its more, how do I say it, scouting role. Trying to do more of a scouting job, as in sitting still, spotting what we can.
Okay, let's have a look. Malinovka, go on, Kaizo 5. Tell us what you do.
It's Malinovka, it's capture the flag at the top of the hill. So I'm going to try and put myself in a position where I can scout.
Use your positives.
I'm going to scout that 410 metre view range, and I'm going to use it to its maximum, especially with the binos on top as well.
Oh, yeah, binos,
packing camo net. So we're going to see what this tank's like.
It's quite nippy. It's got a good
it's got good top speed, and it is quite nimble as well, left to right movement.
What's the track terrain? What's that?
Terrain resistance.
That's
it's
it,
not,
yeah.
it's not too bad. You've seen it gets up hills and around.
Yeah, terrain resistance.
Nice little shot there. You can see over even just this shorter distance.
Yeah, look at these derpies.
And it's just close to 500 metres, but
look at them shots.
It's just it seems to take forever, which makes it in a target. They're big, slow heavies, and they're not hard to hit, and we only just caught the side of
that. Just derpy.
But if you've got something moving fast, trying to hit it in this thing's just traumatic.
But why are you trying to shoot stuff when you're a passive scout?
Because I'm Andy's bush. They're nearly 500 metres away, which is far beyond the view range they've got. I can shoot them without being spotted. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's only when they get a bit closer, like this light tank. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to try and blast that. Look how far off that went from where I was aiming it.
You got him there.
But we got spotted, so we pulled back and we're getting some assisted damage in now. The others are the conquer up there, and the other spotted. I think there's a T541, I think it were, or a Leopard prototype, something down there on AMX30, I think. Oh, there's AMX30. Ooh. Try and snap a shot off.
So give us some.
I got caught cough there.
We are rolling.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So give us some details then about this hawk. I want some information.
Which one do you like?
All the good stuff.
It's positives.
Yeah, go on, give us some good stuff.
Well, we've already mentioned the heat rounds. When you can use them, 250mm of penetration is fantastic.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic gun depression. We're going to see that gun depression in work in this video.
What do you say, 10 degrees?
10 degrees of gun depression. You can already see it here working away. So it allows you to work the terrain a lot easier. Try that side of the turret. You can see a standard shell under it. Turtles. Where did he come from? Crept up on us, literally.
Crept. I get that. So
we've got 4 spotted targets already. We're still trying to work this ridge line. We're moving about a bit. Artillery shells are flying in, so it's getting a bit dicey on this spot. He's obviously homed in on it. Spotted again straight away as soon as we go up. Trying to have a little snapshot there.
Ooh,
you can see it goes back.
Yeah.
But it's nimble enough to pop in, pop shot, get back in if you don't hit. You got a chance your arm once in a while.
It's always worth a pop shot, isn't it?
So now we're just having a gibber around.
Do you move from this spot?
Yeah, eventually we'll push, but at this point everything's working quite well. We've spotted targets, we're getting spotted damage, we're doing damage yourself. Biding this time, pretty much. And we've got that tortoise sat next to me. Fantastic. One of the highest DPM on the game is from a tortoise. What better tank could have sat next to me when I'm lighting targets up? Why move?
Does he attack?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Okay, oh, excuse me.
But it's going to force the hand of the opposition. They're on that ridge line across there, and every time they move, I'm spotting them. So they've either got to push forward or fall back, because it's just not working for them there.
Or go around the other way.
Yeah, and it just drives them to the point where I'm just going to have to go forward. We can't do anything else. We've penned here. We'll have a look at them Type 4 heavies. I don't think they're a tank we can really tackle in this.
Not really, no.
So we're just biding this time. We're waiting. We've got his cam on it up. We've got his binos up. Just wait. Bit of patience. It pays off. AMX 30's chance in his arm.
What's that gun doing to you?
That was more me than the gun, I think.
What's your crew like?
And we just caught it. That was close. It's pretty trained crew, but it's not fully trained because it's a brand new tank. Not an 100% trained crew in it. You can see that gun depression. This is it. This is the gun depression at work. There's not many tanks you can pull to edge of a ravine like that and shoot down into it and then pull back and not get shot yourself. And again, that patience. I'm not going to go charging in.
Need to at the moment.
We've got a tortoise sat next to him. If he wants to come and try and kill me, let him.
Gun on there, it's a beast, isn't it, that tortoise?
And then that's when the artillery finds us.
Well, you're lucky he's going to shoot at the tortoise, isn't he?
I'm just trying to keep myself with this tortoise between them and them Type 4s on top of the hill. And bam, in it comes. We need to do something about this guy now. He's playing our hand here, and there's that gun depression. Look at that gun depression. Fantastic gun depression.
And he actually hit him as well. I'm very impressed.
Fantastic gun depression. And he's like a one-shotter now. If we can try and work that, I mean, could we go charging in? No, let's bide his time. We've got full hit points. It's early on in game. There's still a lot of targets left for us to pick off.
It would be nice to see a different bit of the map, to be fair.
Well, if it's working, it's working. Type 4, there's not much point even firing at that, so all I'm thinking is let's just get this guy out of the way now.
Let's go.
We've dropped off at radar. Ross, straight off his old roof. Straight off his roof.
Man.
Well, he's fired now, so I know my reload's going to be quicker than his. And that gun depression again. Look at that gun depression, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Are you saying this gun depresses you?
No, it's a fantastic gun, if it hits it. So now we can push on now, we can scout a bit further on, as we are doing that. See if I just shoot what chances are before. He must be getting annoyed with us at this point. We've dodged a fair few shots off him. I know he's got a clip, so I'm not chancing my arm that he's fired and I can go back at him. Have a quick look into the field, see if anyone's looking. Nope, I'm going to pop back up, try and use this little bush here, cover us from his left, and try and scout into the middle where them buildings are. There's always somebody knocking around there.
What's your camo rating like?
It's not great because the tank's quite big, but with chances are, maybe we sit here a little bit too long.
Oh, what's how long that took?
How long? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the velocity of a shell. It seems like 3 or 4 seconds, like firing an artillery shell. You've got 4 seconds for that, loops across the map and hits someone.
Fire it into space.
I'm still lighting this guy up and no one's shooting him, which is quite annoying.
Yeah, he'll get it in a minute. He'll get it.
I'm not going to desist with lighting him up. I'm going to carry on.
He'll get it.
I'm going to tease him. I want him to come and try and kill me, because the more he tries to kill me, the more he's got to come out. The more he comes out, easier he is to kill. So get again, sat there, binos on, camo net up.
Is your tortoise buddy moving up?
No, he's not moved. If you were watching his game, you'd be even more bored. And he's finally come out. Try and get that tracking shot. We hit the track, but it doesn't blow it off. Spotted him again now. Someone's already shot him. It's taken a while, but eventually someone's going to shoot him.
Is he going to shoot him?
Here they come, here they come, and that's his goal.
It's
affirmative. Right, let's move on up. Let's take the next hill. Step at a step. Don't go charging. You don't have to go YOLOing. There's too many people YOLOing. They seem to think of play a light tank, you've got to YOLO.
No.
We've not done that at all. We've got 10 assisted shots, 9 of his own and a kill.
What about HE shells? Do you use any of those?
No, never.
Really good.
45 penetration. So unless you come across another one of these, let's see how long this takes to get. Hey, he got there eventually. Let's send it back. You can see the view range there. We spotted him miles away, and we spotted him. Just caught him up top. He's gone out of his weight. Somebody's going to finish him off there. We've got another assisted shot. That's the problem with the reload. You can see how long the reload. Yeah, just again. 12 shots we've got in there. Somebody finished just as you had to reload, as is tradition. And there we go. IS-38. Pretty much a fatherland. Yes, we got another kill. And the prototype is just going to suicide.
Oh, you're joking! No. You could have Cromwelled him.
And he's gone. He's dived in water and killed himself on the far side. So, not a bad game. Not a bad game at all.
It was alright for you, to be fair. Quite good for you.
So you don't have to go full on YOLO.
Oh, look at that assisted.
2,500 nearly assisted. Over 2,500 damage. It's another Confederate medal. Sniper. Had I got a sniper in that, I God knows. Another like nearly 1,700 base XP.
Yeah,
it's a solid light tank. It's not spectacular.
Yeah.
It's not OP. It's not you load a game up and think we've got an Orc 12 in here. We're going to win this easy.
Can we nickname it the Chesney?
The Chesney.
The Chesney.
But other than that, it's pretty good. Its drawbacks are its shell velocity, which is a major drawback of the tank. Its rate of fire is also not scaring anybody, even though it does do a nice bit of damage, 240, and its armour's just
15 mil.
At most. That's a turret front as well.
How thick is the wheel? Wheel's got to be thicker than 15 mil.
That's all he's got, 15 mil. So as you can tell, he's going to get HE till hell.
Yeah.
If you see one, just HE it, it can be rammed easy as well. But on its plus points, 10 degrees of gun depression. We saw it at full work against the IMX 30 in the last video.
That's pretty good.
It's got eat rounds as well as its premium, which is another fantastic thing. 250 penetration.
Hellhound at tier 8 fires those, doesn't it? Yeah. Which is better.
The Hellhound's but far better than this.
Far better.
Far more accurate gun. Nicer to drive basically, and it's got bigger DPM. The most DPM out of all the tier 8 lights is the Hellhound.
Premium tank there.
Its gun dispersion's not bad. So it aims in quite quick when you're moving, even though it doesn't hit because the accuracy lets it down. It does aim in. And that fantastic 410 metre view range, which means passive scouting can be done. If you're in a tier 10 match, it can be pretty good at passive scouting. And if it gets in a tier 8 one, it can be used actively as well, with its speed.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Should we wrap that up?
Yeah, that's the all.
Should we wrap it up? The Chesney, the one and only.
Yep.
That's it then. Thank you very much, Killers05. What's the next light tank we're going to do?
Unfortunately, it's a disappointment. Even though it's got the name the Batchat, the 12T tier 8 French light tank.
It's coming next.
It's coming next.
Don't reveal all, it's coming next.
I think that sigh gave it away. That sigh just gave it away.
Has it got a good reverse gear?
It's got a good nothing.
Got a good nothing? You're joking. Can you put a flag on it?
Yeah, a white one hopefully. Or a mercy.
Mercy flag. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Join us again next time. Laters.